What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey there, everyone. It is time for the AEW Dynamite post show. It is Wednesday, January 21st. It's your girl, Denise Salcedo, and I am joined by Righteous Ranch.
Your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, Wednesday night, Denise. That was a great in-ring wrestling show. A lot of amazing action on AEW Dynamite today. Story developments and things, I'd like to hear your thoughts because I don't know.
I was about to say, why are you tossing me the ball? Damn.
Let's toss it to Denise Salcedo, you guys.
I'm tossing it right back. Okay, show's over, guys. That's it. Reg said everything we needed to say today. We're done, okay?
Nice knowing
We're done.
you.
But for real, this was an awesome Dynamite show. But it was awesome for the reason that there was a lot of really good wrestling on the entire card. Storyline wise, we're kind of about the same place that we kind of been for most things, but it was the wrestling that really made the show special, including a phenomenal main event that I can't wait to get into. But before we get to that, we do got a couple of super chats here. This is from Lil MT Shocker. Lil MT Shocker, thank you so much for sending this in, saying in a 3-week span, we got all black women's main event, Mercedes and Willow, and an all black men's main event, Swerve and Night. Yo, I didn't realize that.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't even really think about it like that. It's crazy that these moments still feel something. Like for a lot of people, they're probably like, who cares that Swerve and Kevin Knight are in the main event of this wrestling? Still, like you can count on one hand how many main events we've had of black wrestlers in this amount of time. So I think it's amazing to see both really cool matches, both really good the future of the business are involved in the match. Like we're getting to a good place for black wrestling. I like it a lot, Denise.
Yeah, and I know that we're not talking about WWE right now, but they did have Leon Slater and Oba Femi. They were the NXT main event. Phenomenal matchup, by the way.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not forgetting any other one, but that was also in that 3-week span for a main event too.
Amazing stuff, man. Yeah. And there's a lot of great wrestlers that are involved with it. So yeah, it's a good time.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, thank you, Lil MT Shocker. That was a really great super chat. We got Jacob Tatum. Hey, Jacob, what up? He says, between Powerhouse Hobbs and the Rascals, who will make a bigger impact and which brand do you want to see Powerhouse Hobbs go to? Plus, Kevin Knight is lit. First of all, before we get into breaking down Powerhouse Hobbs, I think that a lot of people are coming out probably how Jacob Tatum is feeling right now, where they're maybe adding Kevin Knight, if they haven't already, to their favorites list of people that they're excited about on AEW. Dude, you know what I just thought about? You know what I kind of want to see? Oh, this might be a little much. I don't know. We haven't seen Kyle Fletcher and Kevin Knight, have we?
Yeah, I think they were one of the Continental Classic matches.
We need that in an actual feud. Like, that could be the feud for Kevin Knight at some point. I'm not saying right now, but at some point, that right there is something that I would be very intrigued by, because Kyle Fletcher is a young, heel. So obviously, a little bit more experience, but Kevin Knight is that young babyface.
They might need to start to get Kyle Fletcher back into the mix, because like he was at a good place with the Continental Classic stuff. He had an absolute classic with Mox at World's End, but they kind of have him in the middle of this Takeshita and Okada feud. And like, while I like everything that's going on there, we still need to see him over here clicking and shining, maybe get him back to the TNT title division, but we need to see him more in the mix than he's been, because he's incredible, Denise.
No, I 100% agree with you. And I feel like in the last couple of the last month, 2 months, Kyle Fletcher's been all over those wrestling headlines. He's being talked about on social media. I mean, it is nonstop. And granted, of course, there was some controversy in there, but I would say that the most talk is because Kyle Fletcher has really blown up in the last couple of months, and he's gotten a lot of new fans. And I don't feel like I feel like they've taken it feels like a break from Kyle right now.
A break.
Which
that's a good way to describe it.
By the way.
No. Not the time at all. When he's been going 1,000 miles per hour, I think that they need to get back to it. They know what they got, Denise, so I don't think we need to really be too sad about it, but just realize it more. Between Powerhouse and the Rascals, I think the Rascals are going to immediately be sprung into something in AEW. Like, we're going to start to see them all over, I think, like Collision, ROH, and all the shows, and involved in all this stuff. Powerhouse Hobbs has the opportunity, I think, to make a big splash and debut in WWE, but will it stay consistent? I could see, at this moment, I think the Rascals will get more consistent booking, but I'm hoping that there's a big moment for Powerhouse Hobbs. So I don't know.
Yeah, no. Okay, so there's a lot of thoughts here. First of all, I don't want Hobbs to be on the same brand as Obafemi. We
No.
don't know exactly where Obafemi is going, raw brand, blue brand, we don't know. But I whatever brand, and that's if of course Hobbs goes straight to the main roster. We
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people that have detoured first to NXT. So there's kind of a situation there where he could go to NXT, but let's just say he goes to the main roster. If he goes to the main roster, I want him opposite of Obafemi.
Yes.
Now, if he goes to NXT, they are pushing they got Kiana Carver. Have you seen Kiana Carver?
I have.
Big
Yes,
meaty
yes.
dude, man.
Mhm.
Big meaty dude. So
Same thing. Mhm.
Hobbs kind of has a little competition in there too. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, Reg. What do you think?
It could be a good thing. I could see them getting mixing it up, either like teaming up or going against each other. Like I think it could work, but it is just more competition, honestly, for screen time.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary when you're competing against someone because you want to stand out, right? Like you want to be different from somebody else. Like I would hate to compete with another 5-foot Latina that looks exactly like me from California. I'd be like, bitch, move. It's only room for me, okay?
Right. Like there can't be 10 of us. It's just me.
Exactly.
You know?
Come on. What are we
But
doing?
maybe you shouldn't think that way. Maybe it should be like there can be
Right, of
two
course.
meaty black guys. There can be 3 meaty
Exactly.
black guys existing in the same space and same time, you know?
I was thinking the exact same thing where it's like, I hate thinking that way because it shouldn't be just like, oh, here's that one token spot for you. No. We don't want to think like that at all. No, but it's a matter of like, okay, but will all the attention be on you? Or is this going to be like, well, we kind of already have this person covering this role. So we need 2 people covering the same role.
That's all I'm saying. I think it's more because there's been a lot of that talk with Powerhouse Hobbs and online. And I'm like, I don't think it's the fans because I think we could accept 10 different Powerhouse Hobbs size guys that do different things. But I'm just talking about the company. And if they're, are they going to want to push what they think is the same type prototype of person at the same time on the same brand, on the same all of this? You know, it all just comes down to what the higher ups think, how they move. Do they think that these guys are separate? There's still some bullshit going on up there, you guys. Don't forget.
All right, so that's the Hobbs portion about it. Rascals, we kind of hit on that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot. We haven't talked about this, by the way. There's been a lot kind of going on in the world with the Rascals, and the big one is, of course, Trey Miguel. Have you gotten a chance to talk about this, Reg? Because I haven't gotten a chance.
I have not gotten to talk about it at all.
Yeah. So now I haven't been as in the weeds as maybe some people have on Twitter.
But you know what's going on, though, right?
Yeah, I know the gist. I know the gist that I'm from my awareness of what's going on is that I had seen so first it was like, okay, he had the reports that came out that he had signed, but then he was released and we were like, what? And then there were additional reports that came out that basically said it came from higher ups. And so we're thinking like, okay, so if it came from higher ups, that's got to be people above Tony. So then they were saying it was Warner Brothers. And then from there, the fans basically did the rest of it where they were pulling up some of the past stuff that Trey Miguel has talked about in the past. I didn't see like the actual like what was said or anything, but I saw the gist of basically what he was being called out for from past messaging. Then the last thing I saw was something about the talent, I guess, wanting to, that they were like upset, like some of the talent that they wanted to kind of disregard that and, have them go out there and whatnot. So that's where my extent of what is happening. Fill me in on anything else I might have missed.
No, that's pretty much the gist of it. It's a situation we've seen a couple of times with AEW. Most famously, I think the Briscoe brothers thing, and they were supposed to come in and some higher ups at Warner Brothers Discovery or whatever saw some tweets or saw some old past things, and they didn't let them come in. This exact thing seemed like it happened. Trey Miguel and the Rascals were all signed collectively. It felt like a few weeks ago. Then somebody high up above Tony Khan's head, they said Denise didn't like some of Trey Miguel's old resurfaced tweets and things that he was saying, and that stopped. This is like a whole conversation, a whole crazy can of worms to open, because if we used to be like, I'm a great wrestler, I'm doing my thing on this, and I'm getting signed, and I don't know how the process has been historically, Denise, with like WWE, because they've been dealing with big networks and contracts and WCW. I didn't know if it's like, in order to vet wrestlers, it has to go up this ladder that's beyond what the wrestling company is. Like, I thought it was just like, hey, Tony Khan, do you want to sign these people? And he's like, yeah, and you're out of here. But it's way bigger story than that. And to discover that has been super interesting, Denise, because I didn't know that things were moving like that. I think, is another story to talk about with old tweets, and can people get better? Can people have rehabbed their image or did things to get better and not think of the way that they did? Or like, what does time do, Denise? There's so many things kind of attached to this, and I don't really know where we're standing at this, because like, should you be punished for a tweet that you said 10 years ago, Denise?
So that's my question I was going to ask you, because I was trying to figure out, okay, first of all, I was trying to figure out like what was actually said and how long ago was this, because I feel like all of that matters. Because if you're like, oh, this was something,
I think it was 6 years ago, like in 2020.
Okay, I would consider that pretty recent, actually.
That's super recent.
I thought you were gonna say like something he tweeted when he was like 10 years old.
No, there's
like
some
if
like
this is something you tweeted when you were
tweets.
10, 13. Okay, fine. It's like maybe let's like forget about it. But if this is something you tweeted when you were an adult, then I think that's a little bit of that's where the lines start to get a little blurry, where you're like, okay, well, why were you tweeting this at this point already when you were this age? So what's the details on that? Is that out there right now?
I think so. I think that's what it is, because they saw something. Like, apparently the thing is, and what people are talking about it, they were homophobic tweets. And so like, apparently people have been saying, the reports have came out that that's where like Warner Brothers like draws the line. Like, if you got homophobic past tweets and things, that's where they got the hard no, because people are bringing up other examples of people that have been hired that have some controversial things in other facets, and they still got the work there. So apparently it was the homophobic stuff that really kind of pushed them over the edge. And I don't know specifics of what he said, but there was, dude was talking wild. So, I mean, I don't know what that means. Delete all your tweets. Should I go and delete all my tweets, Denise? I don't have anything like that. I'm not homophobic or transphobic or any of those things, but like, what are they looking for?
Right. But it's like one of those things where it could literally be anything, where it's like, oh, you called someone a bitch one time, which you can see plenty of those, right?
Like, there's tweets from 2012 on my timeline. There's tweets from 2010 on my timeline when I was like drunk and 21 years old. Was I talking crazy?
Right. I feel like every situation has to be judged differently, because again, age, year, time, what was said, all of that should matter, right?
But things change. Like, I saw your face. Things changed when I said 6 years ago. Like, it wasn't like when he was a little kid.
For reals. When you said 6 years ago, I was like, and when you said 2020, I was like, And again, had you said 2002, I would have been like, oh, hey, maybe.
Or even if I said 2012, you would have felt different about it, right?
Yeah. I think once you got into the 2020s, I was like, I don't know.
But again, can you like say you said something crazy 6 years ago, and for 6 years you've been going to class, and you've been reading and researching and trying to get better? Do you get a different chance, or is it over?
I would hope
forever?
so. I would hope so. But I would hope so. But I think you would.
I don't know if he did any of that. I'm just saying that in general.
You have to take like those right steps, right? I guess whatever group or whatever it is that you said or offended or whatever, I feel like you should try to like make right with that, right? Be like, okay, you know what? I posted this, and I'm ashamed or whatever. This is not what I believe in. I'm doing, ask people, what can I do so that you get, from a specific group. Like, let's say someone came out and was like, I hate Mexicans or whatever. I'd be like, what the fuck? And then they were like, hey, you know what? I'm trying to get that fixed. Ask those people, hey, what can I do differently? Okay, then have those people say, well, you can start here, 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 and there. Okay, awesome. Go do those things. great. And then let time go by. And, hopefully things can be forgiven if you go about it the right way. And
Right.
you do truly change and let time go by.
Yeah, because sometimes I hate when there's something like this, and then the wrestler or whoever will come out and be like, behind the scenes, I've been doing all these things. You guys don't know me. Sometimes your fans just want some kind of reassurance, not even like an apology, but something to be like, hey, you guys, I know that you guys saw I've said some crazy things. I'm doing these things to get better. I've been doing this kind of research. I've been doing these kind of things to improve myself. But when they just come out and just like that smug, like, how dare you even blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, sometimes people just want to be reassured. And like, this could be a thing. We haven't seen, Trey Miguel hasn't came out and been like, 6 years ago, I was wild. And these are all the reason I'm trying to get better, until all the shit came out and until he got his contract, until he has done those things. But sometimes the people just want to see it. Now, the line stand, like, I don't know what lines I stand on, Denise, of should a tweet or should these things stop you from having a contract and all these other things. But like, you should, I don't want to say be held accountable, but you should talk about the things if it was some crazy shit.
Yeah. I mean, again, I feel like every situation is different.
They're also different.
Yeah, every situation is so different. I feel like the ideal situation would be like, okay, go out there, ask for forgiveness, do whatever you can to like make it right, and then, kind of hope to God that people won't, punish you forever for it.
That's it. Yeah.
So it's a lot.
Some people are one and done, Denise. You do one thing and they're like, there's nothing you could ever do to come back from it. And like, if you want to live life like that, you can.
Well, I mean, how would you feel, Reg? Think about this. If someone tweeted that they hated Black people, because if someone tweeted they hated Mexicans, I'm not going to lie to you, I would be like, I'm done with you forever, man. I don't give a damn about you. So you got to put yourself in the perspective of the group that was,
Absolutely.
called out, right? Because I would be mad.
Absolutely.
I'd be like, you're talking about me right there. Like, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like that kind of changes things a lot.
There's
honestly.
been some people that have said something about Black people and they're like, actually, I'm cool. I have a Black friend and I'll never again, you know what I mean? Like, it'll never, no matter what kind of rehab you think you did, I'm still going to be thinking about that. So I do understand. I don't know. Like, it depends on what the situation is, where the line is, what's your part you played in it. So I totally understand. I don't know what Trey Miguel has done to rectify this. I don't know what's going on out there. These are just the things that have been presented on there. But a crazy situation, Denise, because like, it seems like all the Rascals are going to come in and now they're not. Like, again, is there anything that he could do? Like, we never got to find out with Jay Briscoe because he passed away. Like, is it
Tony shows a lot of regret for that. Like, he always says, like, even though he did a lot and he's talked about it, he does say things like, I wish I could have done even more about it, before it was too late.
So I don't know, man. This is all very unfortunate. Just delete them tweets.
Yeah, I would say, like, if you are somebody that wants to be a wrestler or any sort of person in the spotlight, just delete everything and start from the beginning, man.
But the issue is if you're hateful, you don't know this. I'm saying, like, if you got hateful content,
do you not know? I think you do know.
The people that know are gonna know, but if you're hateful, you're gonna be like, I didn't say anything wrong. I'm hateful, so I don't know, because it was hateful stuff. No matter what, like, I know it was years ago. Still reading some of the stuff and being like, damn, dude, that was kind of crazy. Like, you have it needs to be made better. So I'm not saying anybody should lose their job.
What he said, by the way, I haven't even read that. Like, I want to read it and say, like, okay, well, I don't know. Will I change my mind if I read that? I don't know
how crazy people are, but I do know about rehabilitation and getting back and researching and learning about the mistakes that you made. So I stand on both sides. I don't know, man. This is so hard.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I think there's going to be people on both sides of that one. So I don't know. Let us know your perspective on that. We got Sheldon Jackson here who says, can anyone just end the Omega versus Don Callis feud? Because 3 to 4 years is too effing long for a feud. Just let it die. Man. Look, Reg, I've already stated my feelings about this, but I am now a new member of the Don Callis family. So I've been recruited. They got me, guys. I don't know what to do. Reg, no, seriously. I mean, we've talked about this a zillion times.
A lot.
Don Callis and Kenny Omega are like, they're married. Like, they're forever tied together. till death do us part.
Every moment that Kenny Omega, I think, has ever had in AEW, Denise, has been connected to Don Callis. Like, there hasn't been one situation where he just came out, wrestled somebody, had something where Don Callis wasn't involved. And I don't know if I want that to be the legacy of Kenny Omega. This is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Denise. Like,
and it's like his whole chunk of his AEW career.
His whole, like, a whole bit is just going to be him and this guy either feuding either together or feuding against each other. And like, can we establish at least one other thing for Kenny? Like, we want to see him against other wrestlers in other situations, but it's like he can only be involved in situations that involve Don Callis. Maybe it's in his contract. Maybe he likes Don, Denise. What do we know?
Maybe maybe that's in Don Callis's contract where he's like, I always want to be around Kenny.
I'm saying, listen, that's your baby girl that you came up with. I get it. I understand. Listen, I came up, we made money together. We came to the top, and I want to finish like that.
Thank you, Sheldon. We got Daniel Robledo. What's up, Daniel? He says, is MJF bringing different opponents in for Brody like he did for Jericho? Would love to see Schlack versus Brody King in an effing death match.
I can guarantee a lot of things. Schlack on AEW TV would not take my money to the bank for that. Wasn't he in jail very recently? Like, I don't know if that's really going to be their vibe. So, but wouldn't expect that one.
I'm out of the loop on this one. Sorry, guys. Out of the loop. I'm just like, I got no opinion.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's gonna, like, when Nick Gage came in, they were just like itching towards doing more hardcore shit on TV, and like, but think of the things we've seen on just Dynamite today, Denise. There was barbed wire and glass, and like John Moxley will like do some nasty, crazy deathmatch shit on a regular Wednesday. So I don't know how it's gonna hit compared to a couple years ago.
We got, thank you, Daniel. We got Uncle Don here. It says the next pay-per-view's in March, if I'm correct, so they got time. However, Dynamite should start being more story-focused. Yeah, I mean, like, that is one of the biggest things that, like, Reg and I were laughing. What happened, Reg?
I said, and football is over. Tony Khan doesn't have focus on the Jaguars no more. You could focus on this wrestling show.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're getting great matches, but aside from, like, that match was awesome, that match was awesome, that match was awesome, we're not really left with much.
Because, like, as someone who does streams, your life is streaming, Denise. Doesn't like headlines are what brings the business, right? Like, headlines are what.
I was just talking about this yesterday with everybody here. Mm-hmm. I asked everyone for the NXT show, for example, because NXT had a really good wrestling show yesterday. They kind of had like a show where it was, all about the matches, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember like telling everybody like, hey, what should I put for the for like, who should be the thumbnail? Like, I don't even know who should be the thumbnail. What should be my headline? Because, it was kind of a little bit everywhere. So, and that was before we actually did the post show, because immediately after we're done with the watch along, I usually know what the biggest thing on the show is. Right. So I message my editor to get the thumbnail going. And I'm like, hey, slap a picture of this, because this is what happened on the show, and put my reaction, I'm mad or I'm happy or whatever, so that we can get it up as soon as we're done with the post show. And yesterday I was asking people like, oh, what do I put? Eventually we settled on something. But like, for example, today I'm putting Trey Miguel and Powerhouse Hobbs on the thumbnail, because it's like, well, those are the news topics. Neither one of them were on the show. But that's what that's what people are gonna click on. Headlines, yeah. If I put Kevin Knight and Swerve Strickland had an awesome match, and I slap a picture of them on there, it won't get the same kind of traction, because it's like, oh, they had an awesome match. Sweet. Whoop, whoop. Moving on to the next video. What? This is a fucking old ass conversation. We continue to have it, but what can AEW do anything besides have great matches to get people to get some of these? It's a Wednesday. There's nothing super consequential happen to mean something. Like, is there anything that they could have did today to accompany the great wrestling that could have made headlines? Well, for example, if they had Kevin Knight, for example, defeat Swerve Strickland today, that would have been kind of crazy. That would have been a headline. Okay. Yeah, I see you. Yeah. You need stuff like this, because it was just kind of run of the mill, but run of the mill is great in AEW. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, no, of course not. Of course not. So that's where it gets hard with the complaints, because it's like it's great wrestling, but like,
how many great wrestling matches have we seen so far? And I definitely picked this great wrestling over any other great wrestling, but it's like hard to pull a lot of things and background and information from just great matches. That's it.
Thank you so much, Uncle Donk. We got Luke Thornton here who says Kevin Knight should be this year's Kyle Fletcher. Oh, I
Yes.
love that. I love that so much. And I'm glad that, because I was mentioning like wanting to see Kevin Knight and Kyle Fletcher. So it's like, holy shit, that's awesome. Yeah, really great. Thank you so much, Luke Thornton. Jacob Tatum here says, any title changes for next week or static quote. Any title changes for next week? I'm trying to remember what they announced for all of next week.
There's a tag title match between FTR and Doyle and Davis.
Tekla and Chris Statlander.
Tekla and Statlander, and then Mark Briscoe and El Clone for the TNT Championship.
Well, definitely, probably. If there was one, wait, what's the other one that you said? The other one?
The FTR tag team match.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe the women's match. I don't know. I don't know if it's totally over. The
women's match is the only one, but even then, I'm not too positive about that, to be honest.
I think if I were a betting man and they were like, you got to pick one of these championship matches, I think Tekla has the most right now. I could take that momentum and do something with it. I think the other guys are amazing and they're going to build to that. But I think that's the most like, if I had to pick a title change, it would be that. But I could also see no title changes happening. So.
Alrighty. Okay. Thank you so much, Jacob Tatum. We also got Sleaze Boy here, who says, off topic, the last shot of Boogie Nights was unnecessary. They could have used me. They could have used me as Marky Mark's body double instead of using prosthetics. I have no idea what I just read right now.
Yeah, I've never seen Boogie Nights, but I will take your word for it, Sleaze Boy.
We got Grapple Geekery here, says, welcome you to the Don Callis family, Denise. I'm going to go shave my head bald so I can fit in too.
Bald.
Thank you, Grapple Geekery. And
I don't even... but when though? Yeah.
I have no words. 1916 Batman. Dude. Wow. I haven't even got into the message yet, but I just want to say thank you so much, dude. When I just saw this right now and I'm like, no way, I'm not seeing that right. I was about to rub my eyes because I didn't think I was seeing that right. And then Reg said something and I was like, oh, I'm seeing that right.
Yeah.
Really quickly here, I just want to say something. Doing this job, I know looks easy and all of that. And I'm so glad that people come on here and that they have fun and all of that. But I do want people to know that behind the scenes, it's so much work and so much stress. And Reg and I talk about this all the time on the Patreon about like how hard it is and all the craziness, especially nowadays with so much content creation out there and trying to survive in this content creation world. If I did not have the support that you guys give on this show, I don't even know if I would be able to do this YouTube channel because it's literally the support from everybody is what goes the furthest beyond ad revenue. Like ad revenue that YouTube gives is shit, guys. Like it's shit. It's not good. Like unless you're getting millions of views or hundreds of thousands of views, like you're not making shit. So I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who does support this channel. It really, I hate to say this because I say this all the time, but it is so true. It goes a long way. So thank you so much, 1916 Batman. Now I will read your message. He says, as a 47-year-old guy married with kids, I agree past comments and growth are allowed, but whomever is signing the contract has the call. It is not fair. People grow. Corporate bullshit doesn't. Always rage against the machine. Fuck racism. Fuck homophobia. Fuck hate. Fight the power. Speak correctly. I love that, man. I love that. There's a lot that we kind of I want to touch on with this, of course. So yes. Okay. I want to start off with what he said about whomever is signing the contract has the call. That one's you would think so, right? But it is difficult because at the end of the day, like, Tony has to make sure that he is in the, that he's in the right place with these people who are spending, X, Y, and Z dollars, right? To like for his product and all of that. And I guess like, again, because of how much he did fight with the Briscoe situation, and then it just didn't end up going the way he wanted it to. I again, I do. It's a tough one because I get Tony's side of it and the business side for him. But then at the same time, it's like it's still your company. And if you want someone and you're okay with whatever it is that happened and you moved past that, then it should be okay. I don't know. I can't
Right.
really decide.
Yeah.
This is one where I do see both sides of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the part that's kind of crazy to me. Because, like, what if Tony was like, "That's not. He's gotten better. He blah blah blah. We went through the proper channels, and I want to sign him. I don't care what you guys said, but I don't think it works like that." And then there was like something came out. There's an article or something today about, or with this merger and this Netflix deal about AEW not going to Netflix, and some people are saying Warner Brothers has a percent in AEW, you know what I mean? So like they have, not only do they have a say because they're on our channels, but like we also have a say because we have a stake in this company. So like we don't know how it moves up there, but like I don't know, it's a crazy thing to think about and a crazy place to land on, because like again, what to what he said, is it enough for this? Is it enough to warrant this? Was it not just like you take sensitivity classes and we move forward? Like it was like it's a hard no, Denise. If I see you
here's
being
a good example. Remember
terrible?
Sammy, I hate to bring this up, but remember Sammy Guevara's controversy?
Yes.
With Mercedes Moné and some of the past comments that were said. This was a long time ago, by the way.
Yeah.
But that was a big topic. You know, it was a big topic and it was a big like no. And I remember he took those sensitivity classes, and now look, they both work in the same promotion. And
Yep.
I think, I'm sorry, it's been a long time since I've talked about this. So I'm like, okay. And Mercedes, I think, like even put out a tweet saying that they had like moved past it, like everything was said and done, and they made peace with it. Okay, great. Now we can move on. And they're both working for the same company now, and it's fine. No one talks about it anymore.
Yeah, so it's like, what is there a resolution for a guy like Trey Miguel again, or is it over? Like you said, these things in the past, there's no coming back from it. Can he show growth? Can he show that he's changed? Like, what are the channels? What are the, how does this go up the ladder? Is there restitution for this? Like, what does this say for somebody trying to sign a contract with AEW that might have some crazy shit on their thing? Can they help with it? Like, what are all the kind of background things that I don't know if we will ever know? There's a lot that kind of went into this, but I totally understand, Denise. If I'm Tony Khan and this corporation's paying me to be on their channels and they're helping me, and they've been in most situations, 97-98% of situations, they're a great partner. Do you just say, fuck that? That's a Trey Miguel's kind of like that's what the game is, you know what I mean? Like, do I throw off this whole thing to make a point for this one wrestler, or do I just say fuck it? That's, you kind of like are a sacrifice to what the game is, you know?
Yeah, I think it's more so the latter, where it's like, dude, I'm sorry, X, Y, and Z. That's it, right? And
like I don't want you to have crazy text mess or social tweets, and I don't want that to be the situation, but this is where it is, you know?
Right. And I remember like with Zachary Wentz, remember everything he went through? And then, his fans rallied behind him. They were like, nope, and, after some time, I don't even know how much time went by, but now look at him now. They got solved, things moved on, things got cleared up, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. Again, I think it's a case-by-case basis. What was said? When did it happen? All of that. But also, I do hope that there is, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. It's a hard topic to discuss.
It is, because like it seems so cut and dry. It seems so like this is it. Don't sign this guy. It's over. But like there's so much that's behind it. So much for like what represents the future of this company and people getting signed, and how you got to move and what your presence should be on social media. So many things kind of attached to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also another thing, you can look at it a different way too, where it's like in wrestling, there's so many politics, right? Like you could be doing all of the right things, but if one person in power doesn't like you, pish posh, like you're never going to be seen. Right? Like it's
one
crazy.
person, Denise, that's the craziest thing. One person could be the make or break of your entire career. It's crazy.
It really, really is. But on top of that, 1916 Batman, with your message, the rest of the message, thank you so much for sharing this, especially right now during the times that we are living in, scary times out there for a lot of people. I'm 100% just happy to hear whenever I hear people that feel the same way I do. It makes me happy because I'm like, good, there's still hope out there, you know?
You need whatever sprinkling of hope, whatever little shine of light that you can get. And if somebody else is kind of on your thing and your vibe, it feels good, especially in these times. 1916 Batman, you don't know how much this means. You don't know how much this helps. Really appreciate you.
Reg is eating today. He's not going to sleep under the freeway.
Absolutely. A plate of Chinese food is calling my name off of this.
Reg is like, I'm going to skip my red meat. I'm going to go get red meat.
Let's go, baby.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much, 1916 Batman. Seriously. Wow.
Thank you.
We got Mictario here who says, now Denise, ask Reg how he says pronounce. Oh, yeah. Can you pronounce this name that you're saying right here on the screen?
Natalia?
How do you say that again?
Natalia?
Okay, you say it the way Santi does.
Yeah, Natalia.
Natalia.
How do you say
it? I say Natalia.
Natalia?
Yeah. That's what we were arguing about all of Monday.
Because it's
Natalia.
Do you say it Natalie?
That's what we were talking about too. Natalie. Yeah. It's Natalie. It's not Natalie.
You don't say Natalie.
Yeah, we had this whole discussion, Reg.
Because it's Natty. It's like Natalie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Natalia.
Man, I cannot sit here and talk about this anymore. Anyways, that's what Victor was bringing up. He says, versus how Santi says it in the argument of this podcast. It was such an argument and everyone was on different sides. It was crazy. I don't know, like the Natalia debate of 2026.
I don't know. It's either way. How does she say it?
I don't remember. It was just not something that I thought about.
Right. I mean, she says Natty mostly, so
I'm gonna stick to Natty from moving forward.
There you go.
Thank you, Victoria. We got Tokyo Inushi who says, Reg, are you excited for Billy Gunn's return? He's coming back.
The match, they announced it. It's Kyle and Takeshita against Austin and fucking Billy Gunn. Dog. The last time, yes, Denise. The last time we saw Billy Gunn in a wrestling match, it was a fucking disaster, dude. Disaster. I still don't know if the homeboy Jay White has ever recovered, Denise. Like, there's just nothing good could come out of this. Am I right? And you got Kyle and Takeshita on the other side. Like, don't be pulling them games that you pulled, brother.
Is this on Collision?
Yes. Billy Gunn, Denise. Listen, I love DX, big fan. An ass and all that, but like, he shouldn't be in there with these guys.
Billy Gunn versus Jay White to this day is the worst AEW match I've ever seen in my life.
Ever. Far and away.
It hurt me. Like, it physically hurt me. Like, I wanted to cry out of anger from what I was seeing.
And like, there's been some bad matches on there with terrible botches, and these people don't have chemistry. Close. This is number one, far and away, the worst match in AEW history. Fucking Billy Gunn and emasculating Jay White in front of our eyes. That was fucking horrible.
If you've never seen this match, I would hate to recommend it to you, but it was so bad you need to see it.
Yeah, I was just watching like, what am I watching? Why is this happening?
Thank you, Tokyo Inoshi. We got Ben Sneffer here. It says AEW needs to hire some daytime soap opera writers and tell them to make stories even dumber. They will get a huge ratings boost and will get the approval of Pulley and Matt. Ben, you're trying to get me in trouble here.
You're out of here. You're doomed.
I'm a good guy, man. I'm trying to keep my good guy persona. Damn.
It's a wrestling. It's a problem we talked about before. It's like, wrestling at every company on all levels has just been recycling ideas and thoughts for so many years. Like, there's nothing out of the box. There's nothing off the wall happening in any wrestling company just because that's how things are flowing. And that's why wrestling shows are like this today. Like, you can have the best wrestling and all of this, but like, what's the draw? What's the thing that's going to bring people that aren't sickos like me, Denise? I'll come for this every week. That's going to satisfy and feed me. I loved it. I'll fucking watch this Dynamite again. But what's the draw to bring other people in and to keep them watching?
Exactly. And that was part of what, the whole debacle with TNA and everything. And I'm just like, guys, like, you guys really had a chance there to like impress people. And I mean, I feel bad, but I just don't know what the next couple of weeks is going to look like right now, TV wise.
For AEW or for TNA?
No, I'm talking about TNA. Sorry. I'm not talking about AEW. I'm talking about TNA. For AEW, well, I don't know what I was going to say about AEW. Yeah, we just need some drama. Bring in the daytime soap opera.
That is it. That is all. The wrestling is great. It's top notch. Some of the best wrestling we see of all time is fucking happening on Wednesday nights. But we need some drama. We need some suspense. We need some cliffhangers to accompany the great wrestling.
Thank you, Ben. We got Uncle Don here says, "Hey D, what you don't look easy at all."
Wait, what you don't look easy at all. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hey, D. Oh, apparently I was like, I can't even read. Hey, D, what you do don't look easy at all. Honestly, I'm an introvert, so I'd rather do a swanton off my condo. No, my biggest like anger that comes with doing this job is that, like, for example, like my husband, he'll always be like, "Oh, you go ask. You go ask. You go do this." Like whenever we're in public, like, you go ask. I'm shy. I don't want to. You go do it. And I'm like, I'm shy too. I don't want to either. And he's like, "You're on YouTube every day talking to people and you can't do this." And I'm like, damn it. So like, I'm always the person that people send to talk.
Well, because that seems like that's your thing. It seems like all you do is talk in public, right?
Yeah, but like, I still get shy.
I think sometimes I don't realize, Denise, like sometimes it's just like me and Denise are riffing and having a good time, and I don't realize that a lot of people are watching us or listening to us. You know what I mean? Okay. So it doesn't seem like we're public speaking because I'm just talking bullshit with my friend. You know what I mean?
We need to pull the curtain back a second here. 2 weeks ago, I think, or a week ago, you and I were talking I don't even know what we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
We were on the watch along, and I think we were talking about man thongs.
Oh, yeah, I said that we were smelling a man's thong.
But at one point, Reg asked me if I ever smelled a man's thong, right? So I don't know. It was a horrible conversation, right? I find out 10 minutes later that my aunt was watching the show. My aunt and my uncle. Okay, let me rephrase. My godmother and my uncle. She's my godmother. She was watching the live stream, and I was like, "Oh my God."
And I'm like, have you ever smelled a man's thong, Denise?
Prior to that, we were talking about like the forbidden door. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then I find out my aunt was on the stream, and I was like mortified. But she wrote me. She was like, "Oh, you guys were so funny. Ha ha ha." And I'm like, "Dear God, please tell me you did not understand anything we spoke about."
She liked it. See, she thought it was funny at least.
But Reg, you asked me if I've ever smelled a man's thong in front of my auntie.
Yeah. You had to answer that. Like you answered that question on mine. Yeah. And to each their own. That's all I gotta say. That's the resolution.
I'm just glad my answer wasn't like, "Yes, I love."
You're like, "Yeah, I'll be smelling thongs all the time." Like that was your answer.
My aunt would have been like, "Oh yeah, we're no longer communicating with Denise. No. She's gonna be axed out of the family.
Turn all this off. She's done here. Wrap it up."
We got Sleazeboy Hero says, in an AEW WWE crossover, I want Queen Aminata to feud challenge Stephanie Vaquer for the title. She loses and attacks Booker with chocolate kisses. Oh, Booker would be so happy. Are you kidding me?
That's a good feud there. That's pretty elaborate.
Thank you, Sleazeboy. We got Ben here who says, and also instruct any of your wrestlers with remotely good acting skills to knock it off.
Knock it off.
Crazy stuff, man. Ben, thank you so much. We got Sleazeboy here who says, in a rematch, there's more. He says Queen Aminata wins after Booker T betrays Stephanie because of them chocolate kisses. In the next night, Queen Aminata celebrates by bringing a cake. She accidentally trips and lands on the cake. Queen Aminata fell and rears covered in cake.
Oh my God.
Booker T then cleans it off by eating it. She then asked the AEW fans if they want to enter the ring and take a bite. Oh my God, Sleazeboy. I just read that on the air, man.
I don't know what show, like, the NXT is on the CW. I don't even know if you can do all that on that channel. That's crazy. Like, depends on what channel you're walking on. Booker T's eating cake off somebody's butt. Like,
I think the only person who would love this, like, crazy unethical booking would be Booker T.
Booker T, yeah. Booker T's
gonna try to sign Sleazeboy right now. He's like, Sleazeboy, come right for NXT.
Let's
book this story.
Spitting.
Make it happen, man. Hey, yo, shucky ducky, quack, quack. Oh my God, Sleaze Boy, thank you for your crazy, crazy creativity.
Yes.
We got Uncle Dog who says, "Stop, D, my stomach is hurting." My auntie, guys.
Yes.
Bruh.
Shout out to your auntie.
We got Jacob Tatum here. Oh, my auntie, by the way, she's going to be at the Las Vegas show too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I shouldn't have told you.
Yeah, I'm like, perfect. Sam,
Her
who else is
husband's
going to be there?
Reg.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's going to be right next to her, standing right next to her, Reg.
I can find a way to distract him. Hey, look over there. Like the referees tonight. It's easy.
We got Jacob Tatum here who says, tonight's post show is a reminder of how awesome this channel is with you and your different co-hosts, and you will crush your 300 subscribers goal. Dude, I hope so. It's moving slowly, but we're trying. We're definitely trying. So thank you so much, Jacob. All righty. Damn, a lot kind of went down. Hey, we haven't talked about Baron Corbin, by the way. Prior to the show, made an appearance on Dynamite on a dark match. Yeah, he made his AEW debut prior to Dynamite. Now, we didn't get a chance to watch this, by the way.
Who did he wrestle?
He appeared in an 8-man tag team dark match. And then
Florida.
I'm just reading what FRW wrote right now. It just says it's unknown in his writing what led to his appearance and if there's more to come. He teamed with Better Together. And Martin Stone in a loss to Billy Gunn, Austin Gunn, and Brady Booker and Elijah Drago. It's a lot of guys in there, man.
Okay, I see.
But yeah, he's a really nice guy, man. He's a really, really nice guy. I see no harm in this. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think they have him teaming, or he was teaming with the homie Donovan Dijak in MLW, and I thought their team was super fun, dude. So, like, yeah, I wouldn't be mad if they did something like that. ROH needs people, dude. We're going to a new direction. We're moving and doing things. Like, I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Also, speaking of new faces on AEW, Jordan Oliver and Alec Price, they also made a very, very impressive debut today against FTR.
Yeah.
Wow. So the things that I wanted to say primarily was the only one that I'm as familiar with is Jordan Oliver, because I did get to see a lot of his stuff on GCW, got to ring announce a lot of his matches in the SoCal indie scenes a couple of years ago. So he's been hustling for a very, very long time. I couldn't be happier to see him get this opportunity, but I really thought that they went out there and they did a good job, man. Like I'm feeling it, adding more teams to the tag team division. And I think that they're a good one.
Yeah, I think 2026 tag team in AEW is really about to go to a place that we needed to go to. Bucks with the tassels are back. Like, they're starting something up. FTR is doing a lot of great work, I think, of trying to be in that veteran team leading the way. And it was on display here tonight. I think Bustin' the Brain, Jordan Oliver, and Alec Price got a lot of their great offense. The stuff that you see them, the stuff that got them assigned to a contract, you saw a lot of it in the match today. They started going 100,000 miles per hour. They're hitting these tag team moves. They're flying over here. They have tag team combination moves. Like, they really bring a kind of future is now excitement, just balls to the wall type of style that this tag division needs. Like, with the addition of these guys, the addition of the Rascals, we're about to start seeing some high impact, high profile tag team wrestling. And I think they're a perfect addition to that. FTR was FTR, just in there kind of leading the way, veteran instincts, getting these young teams used to working on TV and working big style matches. I think FTR fills a void like that. Super excited for Bustin' the Brain moving forward. Again, ROH is going to be great. Ring of Honor, AEW's tag team division, I think, is up with it. Like, this is great for the tag team division.
Kenny Omega versus Josh Alexander. A lot of people were talking about how good Kenny Omega looked in this match. He looked like he was moving very comfortably. However, to make us uncomfortable, Josh Alexander was beating the bricks out of Kenny Omega. And there were some nasty moments where Kenny Omega landed on his tailbone, and we were like, protect Kenny Omega at all costs, because we don't want him to get hurt or anything. But we did get to see Don Callis get involved in this, of course. Kind of at one point, I even thought that they might have counted out Kenny, but they didn't. Thank goodness. But Josh Alexander basically beat him up the whole entire match until Kenny finally was able to get the win towards the end. But this was a match that, these two guys, like, they respect each other so much. Such good wrestlers that this was a wrestler's wrestler kind of matchup that you saw here.
Yeah, this was a years in the making dream match. Like Josh Alexander has wanted this for a long time. Just a one-on-one match with the GOAT of Canadian wrestling, one of the GOATs of Canadian wrestling, like Kenny Omega. Like you said, Denise, during the watch along, we've been watching Kenny with kind of kitty gloves of like, be careful with him, like any move. We don't know like what his body's like. We don't know what's going on in there. We just want things to be fine. But if this was like a test to see how far you can push Kenny to the limit, I think this is a great test. Josh Alexander was dragging this fool in a lot of spots, really taking him through the ringer, testing out backbreakers and slamming world strongest slams on the apron and really showing what Kenny Omega's body can do. Kenny looked fast in this. Like there's been some moments the last couple of months in trios matches that he's been in and multi-man matches where I'm like, oh, Kenny, this might be the end of we're getting close to the end of this career. But today's match, he was doing moonsaults. He's flying over the ropes. Like the way that he was moving, it felt new. It felt invigorated. It felt like he's ready to take on something. And if I could get 10, 12, 15-minute Kenny Omega matches here and there against top caliber guys like this, I think that's the perfect way for Kenny Omega to work in AEW and eventually become champion again, because I think that's in his running before he retires. Like, we don't need epic 60-minute matches anymore. I don't need top rope dragon sleepers and suplexes and all those things. Like, doesn't need to do any of the danger stuff. He can work this style, work with guys that he's been wanting to work with for a while, and be super effective. Like, this was a great sign for the future and great things of seeing Kenny Omega moving forward. Josh Alexander brought the fight to him. This was a dynamite match right here, if there ever was one.
If we want to see him as future AEW world champion, I think getting these kinds of matches is definitely the way to go. I think that's what kind of everybody was thinking in the back of their minds. Right. Swerve Strickland and Kevin Knight, the main event of Dynamite today. We need to get into this because this was a match. First of all, congratulations to Kevin Knight on main eventing Dynamite first and foremost. But this was a match where once again we saw, okay, AEW's got another one. They got another person that once we continue to shape and mold and see him gain experience is going to be a top guy, to the point where me and a bunch of other people here have mentioned they want to see Kevin Knight and Kyle Fletcher, because Kevin Knight went out there and the way that he wrestled this match, I felt like he came at Swerve kind of being like, yo, anything you can do, I can do better. You know, that kind of vibe. Like, he was out there flying, man. And I felt like he just showed so much agility during this performance. I mean, he was doing things that you're just thinking to myself, dude, how do you even do that? And you make it look so easy. He's flying everywhere. He's springing from here, springing from there, coast to coast, getting so much distance. It was very, very impressive. And he worked so nicely with Swerve. And they were able to do things that Swerve isn't able to do with everybody, just because of the speed in which they were working, and they're both very, very similar wrestling styles.
Yeah, this was totally Swerve looking at a younger version of himself and being like, I used to do things like this. I used to work my matches like this. I was going 1,000 miles per hour. I was just exactly in your position. And I like that of Kevin Knight being like, I'm about to smother you. I'm about to be flying over here. I'm about to be over here. But Swerve, like I said, has seen this before in himself. He's a veteran. He knows what it takes to counteract somebody that's just fucking going all over. They're rolling all over the place. They're jumping out. They're doing all these things. Like, he used what got him to the dance to stop Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight has been such a great signing for AEW. Like, the energy and the way that he moves through these matches and kind of gets people off their feet and into a kind of good, uncomfortable, like crazy, exciting kind of style that he has. Like, he doesn't really work like anybody else. He uses, like, his high spots is a drop kick and a fucking lariat is all my thing. Like a springboard clothesline is like how he gets over, but he does them so exceptionally well that you don't need to see a lot of big moves and big moments and big moves and crazy head drops coming from him, because he knows he utilizes the basics. That's what's so great about coming up as a young lion and a young boy in New Japan, is they teach you that, like, the most basic moves can get you to the top. And that's what Kevin Knight has been using recently. I like the story of the matches. He overwhelmed Swerve for a lot of it, like caught him off guard, had him on the outside of ring and all this. And then at the end, Swerve was just like, got you. I'm going to hit you with every big move that I have to knock your ass out. Caught him with the flying house call. Then he hit him with the vertebraker. Then he hit him with the fucking big pressure. And it was like, there's too many moves. Swerve overwhelmed him. 1, 2, 3, finished off the match. But this is a match that we're going to be seeing for the next couple years. Like, Kevin Knight is on his way. The same trajectory that Swerve had previous years. I think Kevin Knight has that. He's starting to move slowly into that main event level. 2 black men in the main event. Like, this is a righteous Reg fucking invitational match, like I like to say. Some things are booked specifically for me, and I'm never mad at it, and that's exactly what this was.
That's how I felt last week with Bandito versus MJF. I was like, this was for me. Woo!
Listen, sometimes it's for us. That's it.
They were like, "Aw, we're gonna throw the California Connection a little bone."
Throw us a bone. I'll take that little bone.
Alrighty, we got one more thing to get into. MJF and Brody King, who kicked off the show. We knew they were going to go with Brody King. Could not be happier. Loved this confrontation because, well, first of all, MJF was You know what this reminded me of? Like, they were so different from me. Like, Brody King and MJF could not be more different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this reminds me of like every single rom-com where you got the bougie guy who falls in love with the girl, but he's like a jerk, right? And he only cares about himself, and he's so conceited. And then you got the other guy who may not look like the other guy. He may not have all the money and everything that the other guy has, but he's a good guy, and he works hard, and he can kick the other guy's ass. That was kind of like the vibe and the difference between Brody King and MJF, at least to me. I thought it was awesome. I mean, there was no girl involved in this, but like, that's just how I saw the characters of this story. No, but seriously, I love how Brody King looked like a real threat to MJF, and MJF basically telling him how he didn't even deserve a shot at the AEW World Championship and calling him all out for everything. I like what they did here, and I can't wait to see the matchup, man.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most exciting thing about this, because we kind of were knowing or thinking that Brody King was going to be next up. So, like, anytime you're in a feud with Max, you got to see what you got on the mic, in the ring, face to face. Like, how do you fare when MJF is spitting fire at you in the ring? And I think Brody came off well. Like, the kind of elephant in the room of, I'm big as fuck and I could beat your ass. Like, that's really the story of this match. I think sitting back there and giving Brody the confidence of, like, even if this guy tries to outwit you, even if he tries to out promo you, at the end of the day, you can just knock this fool the fuck out. And so, like, them kind of playing on that story of, like, Max getting a little too big for his britches. He starts to spit that low hanging fruit. He tries to start outbarring you and then pressing Brody's chest, and Brody being like, I'll fuck you up right now. Like, this could be in the end of it. We might not even get to the title match because I'll kill you right here, and Max running out of here. Very effective way to get Brody in the mix, get him as one of the number one contenders, and get him in the mix for this world title, because he needs to transition in that phase. And we need some big guys to stand in MJF's way and kind of let him do his world champion thing while helping the next generation. I think this is a perfect combination.
Oh man, I'm locked in on this one. I'm telling you, I said this last week, I'll say it again. I'm liking the way that they're doing MJF's reign right now, because he's facing all these guys that I like. So yay. Alrighty, guys. Oh wait, we had one more match. I'm sorry. The street fight and the women's match, both very enjoyable. There was something I wanted to say about the women's match. Oh yeah, Penelope Ford's hit a stunner.
You really wrote that down. Unbelievable.
I really wrote that. No, I didn't write it down, but I just had it like in my head. Yeah. Oh, you go for it, Reg. What stood out to you on either of those matches? Take the floor.
Penelope Ford, known around here. I think her being back is great. She looked really good in this match. I think that I'm upset at the time that she got injured, because I think she was really coming into her own and coming into something, specifically with Megan Bayne. I think them as a tag team is really well. They got Marina in the mix now. That's kind of this triangle of, not of madness, but this triangle of what's going on here. Like, is Marina going to try to get Penelope out and take her spot? Are they going to all work together? What's going on? There was a scary moment in this match.
Oh yeah,
Megan Bayne. Megan Bayne tossed Mina out of the ring and tried to go on to Toni Storm, but she overshot because Megan Bayne's very strong, and Mina hit the ground. I hope that Mina's okay. I thought it seemed like she was okay. She finished the match and all this. But The tag team titles, they had the women's tag team championship earlier, Harley, the Babes of Wrath, with Chris Statlander doing a promo. And I was thinking, like, we have to have a conversation already about these women's tag team championships because they're kind of playing the background, and that's not what the vibe was. Like, they honestly should have probably been on the line in this women's tag team match that we're watching on TV. Like, if you're going to do the matches, add some stakes to them, help out with what those tag team championships are, establish this legacy. We just need to do more with it. But I love the women's tag team match that we got here. I think Mina and Tony's entrance is awesome. Their combined gear, the way that they work together, everything that they do is just great together. And then with the street fight, barbed wire and glass, who could be mad at that? There is a lot going on. I think you need variety in a wrestling show like this, specifically what we've been talking about, Denise. If you have just great in-ring talent, you got Swerve and Kevin Knight, and you got Kenny Omega and Josh Alexander, they're going to have these great in-ring kind of matches. You need some variety, and I think that's what both of these matches kind of added to the show.
I think I still have the clip. Hold on. I don't know if this is it.
It was one of those.
No.
Oh, no, this is not it. I was like, wait, that's Triple H. No, I think I deleted
one of those.
I deleted.
Wow. Penelope Ford.
Quick,
Yeah.
quick.
Never seen.
No, wait. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I found it. Ready? Ready? Here it is. Here it is. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
Penelope Ford, I've never seen her. Penelope Ford, I've never seen her. Penelope Ford, I've never seen her. Penelope Ford, I've never seen her.
All right. I just played it on a loop.
I've never seen her.
Penelope Ford, I've never seen her. And on that note, everybody, that is our AEW Dynamite post show. And before we go, guys, we hope to see you Friday, April 17th, WrestleMania weekend, guys. For the first time ever, I'm going to be doing a live show, live podcast with special guests. Reg is one of them. Head over to DeniseLiveshow.com, scan the QR code, or go to the link in the description box below, DeniseLiveshow.com. Reg, tell the people what you got going on.
Subscribe to the Grapsity YouTube page. That's where it all goes down. If I'm not here, I'm on Grapsity. Catch me every Saturday with my homeboy Philip Lindsay. We do Monday reviews of big wrestling shows, so definitely subscribe to that. Grapsity.com. There's also some Grapsity merch on there. Denise's pieces. Subscribe to that. I'm not on there, but definitely on her Patreon on Thursdays, which you also subscribe to, and you will see me live in Las Vegas, probably drunk, definitely high. I don't know. What do you want from me?
Subscribe.
Reg. I just can't say that. You could
not get it out today. You were like subscribe. Alrighty, guys, that's it for us today. Have an awesome day. Thank you, everybody. We'll catch you guys on the next one. I'll be back for SmackDown coverage. Bye, everyone.
Oh.